You're doing everything Neville Goddard said you should, and it's still not working for you? In this video, you will finally understand why. And no, this isn't another one of those, "Oh, you didn't believe enough," or "it just takes time," generic advice. I actually hate when people say stuff like that because it takes power away from you. So I'm just going to tell you what it is right away. It's your identity. The first time this clicked for me was when I had no job and I was trying so hard to find one. I'd gone to dozens of interviews and it was just no after no after no. Rejection after rejection. Like there was something blocking me, and the harder I tried to impress people, show them how qualified I am, the more they seemed to sense it and reject me. Then one day, I was driving to a job interview and it clicked. Wait, my whole identity was, I'm not good enough. I need to impress them. Please, please, I need this so bad. Instead, a person living in abundance would be like, okay, let's see if I even want this job, and feel like they have to be impressed. So I decided to just try and make the shift. And this is actually so easy when you understand what happens in your brain when you pretend and know how to not lose the state after a few hours. But more on that later. I made the shift, got there, and immediately I felt how much calmer I was. No more worrying about whether they liked me, how I looked, or what I should say when they asked about my salary expectations. I didn't feel completely calm, but it was a massive improvement. I owned who I am and really believed I was the prize. So as you probably imagine, the job interview went much better and they actually ended up contacting me the next day for the next round. You know what I did? Something I'd never done until that moment. I said no thanks. And here's the fun part. In the next 2 weeks, random hiring managers started reaching out to me on LinkedIn, and I got 3 more interviews. I ended up taking one job, which is what I worked until recently when my business started taking off. Do you understand my point here? Before I made the shift, I was still doing SATs, and I honestly thought I was living in the wish fulfilled. But I was facing rejection after rejection. And I heard so many pieces of advice like, just keep believing, maybe it's not meant for you, it just needs more time, blah, blah, blah. Until I made the mental shift, nothing changed. So here's how your brain actually works and why this is possible. Your brain has something called a self-concept, basically a mental image of who you are. And here's the wild part. Your brain filters everything, literally the whole world, through this image. It decides what opportunities you notice, how people respond to you, even what actions you're willing to take. When my self-concept was, I'm not good enough, I need this job desperately, my brain was filtering everything through that lens. My body language, my tone of voice, even the words I chose, all of it was broadcasting desperation. And trust me when I say this, people pick up on that kind of stuff, even if they can't explain why. But when I shifted my identity to, I'm the prize, let's see if they deserve me, my brain started filtering reality differently. I noticed different things. I spoke differently. I carried myself differently. And people responded to that. This is why you can do SATs perfectly and still not see results. Because if your underlying identity stays the same, you wake up every morning and your brain goes right back to the old filter. You're visualizing abundance at night, but walking through life as someone who doesn't have it. Neville talked about this. He said you have to feel it real, not just see the scene. But what he really meant was, you have to become the person who already has it. Not pretend, actually shift. So how do you actually make the shift? Well, you need to notice old patterns, the identity you don't want. And then you decide. You decide to not be that anymore. But in order for this to work, you really need to have a good idea of what you're doing and what you don't want. So first, you need to catch the old thoughts the moment they arise. When doubt creeps in, when you hear that voice saying, this won't work, or who are you kidding? Don't fight it. Don't argue with it. Just notice it and gently come back to your new identity. Think of it like changing the channel. The old station is still playing somewhere, but you don't have to listen. Second, drop into your heart and feel your new identity there. Your mind will try to talk you out of it, but when you move your attention to your heart and actually feel the version of you who already has what you want, it bypasses all the mental chatter. This takes practice, but even 30 seconds of this throughout the day makes a huge difference. And what I highly recommend, do the infinity method before sleep. I explained this fully in another video, so go watch that if you haven't. But basically, it's a technique similar to SATs, but it works much better for most people because it's easier and you don't need to imagine or visualize as much. And like with everything else, the key is consistency. You're not just doing a technique once and hoping it sticks. You're training your brain to accept a new self-concept as the default. The reason this stops most people from manifesting what they want is because it's kind of hard to even notice in the first place. You're so deep in your identity that you can't see the bigger picture. It's like you're on a cruise ship. You can't even fathom how much water there is around you. You see the world around you your way, and you just think this is how life is, how you are. But it's not. And your identity isn't fixed. It's just a habit of thought that you've repeated so many times it feels like the truth. So try to make the shift today. Keep doing SATs or the infinity method, but now do it from your new identity, not toward it. And watch how quickly things start working out for you. It can be with money, love, health, literally anything. Go watch the video about the infinity method now. I'll see you there.